Annyeonghaseyo, and welcome to Drama Side Chats with Syb and Jess.
Today we're going to be watching Dr. Cha, episode 16, the grand finale of
The
season one, assuming
finale.
they don't do season two, but I don't think they will.
I, I'm happy, but I'm also a little sad. Like, I've loved this drama so much that I would be perfectly okay if they had made it 20 episodes or 24 episodes. Like, there's so much
Yeah.
more they could do, and I really enjoyed the vibe.
It's kind of bittersweet when you get to the end of a drama that you're really enjoying. Because on the one hand, you're like, I want to see how everything wraps up. And on the other hand, you're like, I'm emotionally not ready for this. We need more time.
I know, I can't move on. And then you always have that lull after you finish a really good drama. It's like almost like a good marriage and you don't want to move on.
Yeah. And you have
It's like
that
a
micro
breakup
depression
almost.
afterward.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking for. It's like the episode depression or like the drama depression after you finish a good show. It's like I'm never gonna find a show as good as this again. But of course you
Oh,
will.
yeah. Well, and for me, I've sort of tried to work through those feelings by choosing the next one I'm going to watch before I get to the end of the drama that I'm currently on. So that way I'm like, okay, as soon as this one's done, I can go watch this other one and then I can feel happy about like going on. And I'm sure for some of our listeners who are maybe newer to watching K-dramas or, maybe watch a little bit less enthusiastically, yes, I've realized how ridiculous this sounds, but
But you know what? I accept it. I'm ridiculous. I'm fine. But that's a really good suggestion. So that even when you finish the show, you're sad you're finishing the show, but you're excited for your next show. So I'm gonna start doing that too. Like picking out the next show while I'm watching a show. Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah, it kind of plus, and Sid, you and I have talked about this before, where we don't like to necessarily watch the same kind of show one right after another. Like when I first started, I watched historical dramas and then I watched a whole slew of romance dramas. And then since then, I've been kind of bouncing around through different genres. So I don't want to watch, the same kind of thing back to back to back. I'm like, okay, well, here's a sci-fi one, and here's a Joe Scenario one, and here's a romance one, and here's a
Exactly.
suspense
Like
one. It
you don't want
just,
to watch two medical dramas in a row or like too
yeah,
many legal dramas in a row. Yeah.
exactly. It would be too much. It would be too much. So like I wouldn't set up like Life and Hospital Playlist and Dr. Cha and just put them all back to back because it just wouldn't be worthwhile. Plus, you just
Yeah.
are generally too worried about people's livers doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
Hospital Playlist alone, I think they had like 5 or 6 liver transplants.
So I think one of the doctors, like his expertise was liver because there was a
That's,
lot of
that's
liver
like
in
what
that
he
show.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
So, so yeah, as far as Dr. Cha goes, we have this last episode. We're gonna find out who she's decided to get her new liver chunk from, which is
so weird.
um,
I'm gonna take your liver. No, I want your liver. Please take my liver.
take my liver. Yeah, it's like a reverse Monty Python.
Ooh.
And I love that this conversation is happening in a motorcycle shop while she's dressed for riding in like leather boots
Oh
with
yeah, she looks
heels.
fierce, by the way. Let's not forget that. She looks amazing.
So yeah, is it over the top? Absolutely. Is it hilariously unrealistic? Sure, definitely. Am I enjoying it? Yeah, more than I want to admit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's really funny is some of the stuff that I see on these shows. Like if this were an American show, if this were in English, would I enjoy it as much? And I don't think I would.
I don't think so either. The culture is different. Like there's so
Mhm.
many different cultural differences that it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it's not in the same way.
Mm-mm.
Um, um, I don't really know what makes that difference quite so much for me, but it is a difference.
That's something we could explore in a future episode because there have been some shows, some American shows that are based on Korean shows and vice versa. There have been Korean shows based on American shows, and it's
Right.
just a completely different feel. Like we could do a whole episode on that alone.
That's true. That's true. So, guys, stay tuned because that will probably happen, especially after I watch Designated Survivor 60 days or 90 days or whatever it was. So,
Yeah.
so okay, folks, the moment we've been waiting for,
The
episode
finale of Dr. Cha.
the finale. Are we ready to do this?
Yes, I'm at 52 seconds. Where are you?
I managed to pause it at 51, so I'll be a half a second ahead of you. All
Okay.
right, go ahead
And
and count us down.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, there are the boots.
Oh, yes.
Look at his face. Oh, my wife. Oh, my hopeful girlfriend. You know what I love is that our heroine here is not some young, skinny, like know nothing person. She's a
Ah,
woman of experience in the world.
and knowledgeable and
Mhm.
funny, still caring. She
Yeah.
doesn't trip over herself and get caught by a man every 10 seconds. She's mature. I love it. I love everything about her.
Except maybe her hair, but that's fine.
Yeah, the hair could be better.
All right. Yes. Whose liver? Just get the one from the motorcycle. I still love this like X-ray vision on their livers.
I hope she doesn't need either one of them.
So hopeful. The question is, does she actually pick a liver or is she just picking a motorcycle here?
Oh, that would be good. I didn't think of that. Maybe she's pointing to the motorcycle. I want that one. He's leaning into the finger.
Yeah,
Putting
they
on
yeah,
her
they
thumb.
their faces are ridiculous. Yeah, I was right. She was pointing between them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Oh, you called it, Jess. She picked the
Yeah.
motorcycle.
Yep. You know, yeah. No liver for you.
Yay. I want to clap.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm gonna go riding.
What does it look like? Seriously, what am I wearing? Where am I located right now? Motorcycle, dude. Okay, she's not even really she's a passenger. She decked out in this whole outfit just to ride side seat. Get
Yeah,
your
I
own
know.
motorcycle. Learn to ride yourself.
Well, I mean, she probably would need a separate motorcycle license, but
That's true.
it is fun to be a passenger on a motorcycle, but you can't see squat without leaning around the driver.
Yeah.
So otherwise, you're
I've
just
never
looking at helmet the whole time.
I've never been on one as a driver or the passenger.
Oh yeah, I do wonder what it'd be like to drive this.
Mhm.
I like her helmet though. I've never seen one with such great visibility.
Oh yeah, that's true. When I was in high school, I really did want a motorcycle, but that never happened.
I wanted one in college, but my family said no. Now I live in a college town. Like all the kids here ride motor scooters.
Oh, is she thinking of changing hospitals?
Yeah, yeah. And it's not out of the country. Oh, looks like a
It's a convalescent home, kind of.
yeah hospice as well.
Mm.
She does family medicine. Oh, her family owns it
Huh.
or has
So
a
she
major
should have,
investment in it anyway.
yeah. That would be a good move since it's like basically her family's hospital. Take over.
She's gonna take it over.
Hmm.
Her eyes. Who's he talking to? Oh, he's talking to her.
Yeah, it seemed like he was practicing or something.
Yeah, it did. I thought he was talking to the ceiling bag.
Anatomical variation.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's too big or wrong shape or something.
Hmm. Oh, it's such a sweet way to put it.
Again? She's kissing me. Love her outfit.
Which one?
Her friend.
Oh, Ninghi? Is
Be
that her name?
nice if her friend was viable candidate.
Yeah.
No,
They all like to take the blame for so much.
for real. And they say English speakers are weird for saying I'm sorry for something we didn't cause.
Yeah.
Well, there's mom. What's she making with this avocado?
Probably something healthy for her daughter.
Mm-hmm. Something that's not going to kill her liver this time. This whole show feels like a cautionary tale about just taking medicine without a prescription.
Supposedly, yeah, supposedly herbal medicine. Wasn't it like herbal
Yeah, it
stuff?
was like some herbal supplements, supposedly. It was an accident. You didn't mean it to happen. It's not your fault that your daughter is sick. Ugh. I would have a hard time going back in the house. She's gonna paint? Is that a paint bucket?
You're like a second ahead of me, like 2 seconds, I think. Oh yeah, you're like 2 seconds ahead of me because I didn't see the paint can.
I saw it when she was walking in. Oh, she never finished the cabinets.
Yeah, that one cabinet, and no one didn't
Yeah.
finish it
And
for
they
her, and
just
they
put it
just put
back
it back
on.
up. Hmm.
That makes more sense now. So this is what she wants to do with her time away from the hospital.
Paint the
Chores.
cabinet.
Oh, she's moving out. This seems like something that the kids could have done for her, packing her clothes and all.
Well, maybe it's therapeutic and cathartic for her too, like
Maybe.
closing this chapter of my life.
Looking at how organized her stuff already was, it feels like she's already been visited by Marie Kondo. Take it out. Does it bring you joy? Hold it to your chest. There. Yeah. Okay.
And looking through pictures.
Hmm. That's always what messes me up when I go to clean. I have to put the photos like somewhere else. All the memorabilia stuff. Because then I'm like, oh, look at all these cute little photos. Oh, remember we did this. gonna write a will, or at least a letter.
Oh, please just get better without another transplant.
I mean, she's making a bunch of panchan. I mean, she doesn't seem at death's door.
No, she's making kimchi too, or pickled radishes or something.
This is all one day. She went to the park, she painted cabinets, she wrote these letters, she
That's
went
a
through all of
lot
her
of
stuff
stuff.
and packed it. She made all these foods.
They do seem to do a lot in one day in K-dramas, man.
Yeah, I wish I had the energy to do all that in one day. Maybe you need to have a failing liver to do all that.
It motivates you.
It's true. It's true. She's
Oh,
got the nesting going on.
and look at that time management, man. She did all that other stuff while the cabinet was drying.
And she hung the cabinet door so it wasn't crooked too. So kudos. And we're vacuuming because we have to. Pointedly ignores the husband. It took her this long to say this. I mean, that conversation was several days ago, if not weeks.
I wonder how old Irang is in real life because she looks like she could be 1920. A
That's
lot
a
of
good
times she looks so
question.
much older.
Yeah. Well, when they're a main character, a lot of times I think they fib it a little bit. It's harder now too, I'm sure, with the newer laws about aging, about like youth acting.
Oh, he never did get the money, did he? What's he gonna do about
Oh,
his
he
mom's
agreed on the
debt?
divorce.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
So she is actually 19. The actress, she'll be 20 next month.
Yeah, she looks it. She really looks at the right age. It was good. That's good casting.
Mhm.
What don't you understand? Don't tell her what to do. Oh, go away, old lady.
Don't forget, just respect for older folks. But yeah, it would be tempting to tell her where she could stick it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will she accept his liver after he signs the divorce papers?
It still feel like paying for it because she was going to sell her building and give him money.
Oh, her skirt is so cool. Oh, she hasn't seen the fridge yet. Ah, here we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can go cry now. You feel
Yeah.
guilty.
You treated that daughter-in-law like garbage.
Yeah. I don't think her goal was to make you cry. That's just a benefit.
It's not all about you, lady. Wow. First non-selfish thing he's done.
It's nice to see him actually developing as a person. You do share children, so likely to happen.
Yeah, you'll be connected forever.
Mhm. For better or for worse. All right, Dr. Mistress. Tell him what you're doing. She should donate her liver if she's a match. That would be appropriate. What now? I actually
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
a
her
messy
running a
idea.
hospital is a waste of her skills.
She
She's
could
a
probably
very,
do a couple surgeries here and there.
she's
Wait,
a very
wait.
talented
Was she a
doctor.
surgeon?
I don't think she's a surgeon, but she
Oh, yeah,
does
she was.
family medicine. I mean, she does great research for her patients.
Mm-hmm.
You get nothing. You lose, sir.
Good day.
Exactly. That's what he gets for having that fizzy lifting drink. And so I'm not the devil, darling. I don't hate my mom.
She's so sweet.
She feels like she's preparing to die so
Yeah,
much.
kind of.
So, oh, goodbye party.
No, I am a little sad that they never found out that Dr. Sov's a cheater.
Well, it might make it hard for him to continue to make a living and support his family. But yeah, if she dies, they'll never even know about the divorce.
Hmm.
So is she accepting Dr. So's liver? Is that what we're meant to understand?
Yeah, Dr. So is having a surgery, taking out part of his liver. That's why he's so concerned about who's going to be in the surgery room.
That's what I thought, but I do like it better that she's getting his because then there's no forcible tie between her and Dr. Roy Kimberly either. Of
Hmm.
course, he's going to have a panic attack. It's a perfectly rational feeling to have when you're volunteering to have a healthy part of your body cut out. Yeah. Why haven't they knocked him out before he got there? What does this button do? I'm going to take every bit I can. None left for you. Yeah. Yeah. If it's too big, it won't fit. Of course, she's an adult, so it's probably not super likely because
He's not that big anyway. He's not a huge guy.
mm-hmm. This hospital takes teaching to a whole new level. practicing on their doctors.
This is so sad. So sad for her. She needs another transplant.
Mm-hmm. That's the prettiest, like purple and green there, mouth covering. It's very photogenic.
Mhm.
Scrub well. You did fine, I'm sure. If she needs any other organs, you may as well grab them now.
Another ironic part is if he had given her his liver at the beginning of the show, she probably wouldn't have thought about going back to becoming a doctor. She was so
That's very
angry
true. Mm-hmm.
at
Yeah,
him. Mhm.
that's so true.
He could have kept his mistress. She would have never known.
And he still loses part of his liver. Either way.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
It is over. The fat lady has sung.
Yeah, we've taken a poll. She's getting divorced.
That'd be so tough. How do you operate on somebody you're in love with?
Carefully. Yeah. It would be hard. It would be really hard. Like on the one hand, I would think you'd be like, oh, I don't trust anyone else to do it. But
Hmm.
you could never forgive yourself if you messed up.
Hmm.
Isn't that true? You just gave her your liver? Yeah, it is. I don't see them having a divorce cake.
One drama, Chinese drama I watched, the whole agency was just for divorce parties.
That's
That was it.
amazing.
Yeah, their whole business was throwing divorce parties.
I kind of love that. If you're in a big enough area, you can do that, I guess.
Hmm.
I like that they're able to go out to lunch together after their divorce.
Yeah,
It's actually really nice.
that is kind of nice. Yeah, you had a lot of private dinners with your mistress, but not your wife.
Yep, you're always too busy with her. Yeah. Well, it's better for him if he's not having to do surgery all the time. So he's gonna be the head of the hospital, and then she's gonna still come back there and flirt with.
Yeah, that's gonna be super weird.
Now, what is an appropriate gesture when you're done being married? Is it a handshake? Is it flipping the bird? Like,
I think a fist bump, maybe. I don't,
you know,
have a nice life.
is it breakup sex? Like, what is it? Like,
Why would they start that after 10 years? No use
yeah.
for that.
Oh god, she's poor dear probably has cobwebs.
I don't know how you can go that long when you're in a relationship. That's
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without
bizarre.
having some kind of major medical reason to prevent it. Mhm.
I know some a married couple that live in different countries, but
Mhm.
still, once a year they visit.
Yeah, and visit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take care of business.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, my friend's mom and her stepdad were like that. They would only be around each other for a couple months out of the year at most. But they were also past childbearing age too. She still called him Yabo.
Hmm. Or maybe he's imagining. I think he's dreaming.
I I wonder. Yeah, maybe could be in his head because it would be weird for her to keep calling him honey.
Hmm.
And they're sitting so far away. Yeah. Yeah, good call. He's got a
Hmm.
number of plans, but not as many as you might think for somebody who just got promoted to such a high level position.
Hmm. Oh, is he gonna cry?
Yeah.
Mhm. Your tears mean nothing to me. Sorry, still don't like you. I mean, I
Yeah.
applaud your growth, but no,
Absolutely.
don't
But your
like it.
crocodile tears are a little.
A little late for that.
Oh, yay. Could talk to each other. Your sisters. Act like it.
Aw, it's nice that they're admitting their wrongs.
Wait, why didn't you stop? And saw. She's your sister and she was your friend. And so, yeah. Dad, how come you didn't tell me you got divorced? I
They
knew
never
it.
went back to
I knew
Roy
it.
Kim's family. I wonder if Roy Kim donated to his father.
Of course, if people don't know that's his daughter, it just looks creepy.
Yeah.
I understand. My dad just got married to his fourth wife. I understand the feeling. What is it? You've done worse things. Yeah, well, she deserves better than him.
Yeah, she should move on. Find her a nice director of another hospital. Two hospital
Yeah.
directors together.
Somebody who'll actually
Give me
treat her
time.
well and won't constantly treat
Hmm.
her like garbage. I mean, I understand wanting to have your parents married to each other, but
I really hope they don't end up together.
yeah, I hope she was just flirting with some other guy right then, because that would be perfect.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
nothing. I'm telling you, she's already flirting with somebody. I hope so, anyway. You know, in his imagination, he wasn't imagining Sumi. He was
That's
imagining
true.
his
Yeah.
ex-wife. I think she was convenient for him. She was convenient
Convenient and
extra.
familiar since she was his like
Mhm.
first girlfriend.
And reliable. That's nice. Not that she should say yes. Oh, here we go. You have my attention. Oh, he
Yep, that's
did.
what we want to know too.
He donated.
I knew he would.
Well, they were your true parents.
Hmm.
Marry me. Finally.
Come on, you knew, right? She doesn't look happy about this. Oh no, he's gonna get rejected.
Yeah, thank you. This feels like a rejection.
It's too soon.
Yeah,
You need to wait a few months, dude.
but no. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. He's young enough to have kids. Oh,
Oh, he's gonna end up alone, and she's gonna end up alone, and the cheaters are gonna be together, I bet.
there's still a lot of time in this episode.
Those are pretty flowers.
Yeah. I tried growing freesias and they didn't grow. It's sad. Why am I afraid that she's gonna end up dating her ex-husband?
Mm. Is there a time jump? I bet there was a time jump.
I don't think so. Oh, Dr. Girlfriend. First of all, her hair is straight. Okay, so it's 3 years later. Come on, like you're not staring at it the whole time. Who takes a pregnancy test without staring at it like your life depends on it?
And who does it in a public bathroom, though?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're that desperate you just want to take it immediately. So she's getting a motorcycle. Okay, so her hair has grown out longer,
Mm-hmm.
thankfully. Mm. 3 years, though. That's enough time for Roy Kim to have met somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
You're not a doctor?
Oh, it's her cafe, isn't it? So it's been 3 years, so Jungmin should be done with his service too.
Mm-hmm.
Patience?
Did he call her Dr. Chaw?
He did. She's clinic upstairs.
Oh,
A cafe
yay!
slash
Okay, I
clinic.
like that.
That's a cute idea.
It really is.
Though having a doctor
Especially,
wash dishes, like that's an expensive dishwasher.
yeah. But it is so nice. You see a specialist and then have a meal, or vice versa.
Well, and it's less stressful than working in a hospital because she can set her
Mhm.
hours.
She's in a lot of dramas too. Always a
Hmm.
side character.
Yeah, I love her. Her she does a, she does a great Ajuma. I'm convinced my grandmother died of bad posture.
Hmm.
She didn't have enough room in her chest cavity anymore. So her heart was swollen, her lungs were swollen, they were pushing up against each other. If she had better posture, I don't think it would have happened.
Wow. Posture can be serious.
Hmm.
Is this her building? I bet it's her
Yeah, it's
building.
her
That would make
building.
sense.
Yeah, that's why I said
Okay.
it's her cafe building. I wonder if she stays there too. She's got an apartment there,
That would be perfect. Thanks,
right?
mother-in-law.
Mommy.
Oh, and they grow the vegetables too for the oh, I love this
Well,
place.
this place is perfect. Okay, there's Dr. Saul.
Yeah, he still does surgery once in a while, even though he's a director.
He looks tired. Tell the family. Oh, wait, what? Singing. Was it her patient? He's in hospice? He's gonna pay back for the rest of his life for being the awful person for the time before. Yeah. Okay.
Ugh, toes.
Yeah. Oh, she went back to that village where she'd volunteered before. I like this version of doctors that mostly just care about the health of their patients.
Yeah. Instead of what the insurance company will or will not pay.
Right?
With Aetna.
It feels a little personal right now, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh man. Wait, he's there to volunteer? Oh. Oh, have they told anybody that? Go bathe the old people.
Oh, this is your penance, dude. Oh, wow.
It feels like they're working towards getting him back with his wife.
Why can they introduce a new character for her to get with?
Yeah, right? Please? Please? I mean, I'm all about redemption stories, but I have limits.
I'm the opposite. I don't want redemption. I want revenge. I love I love my revenge dramas.
He's working himself to death,
Pleasing two women. Yeah.
pleasing two exes.
That's true. Dude, when did it snow? It didn't look that cold earlier.
Yeah, agreed.
If they didn't sell the house, where would he get the money to pay off her debt?
Well, I think he got a loan or something, and then he got that promotion. But yeah,
Okay.
good question. Magic.
It's gotta be miserable, just the two of them in that house.
Yeah, they're awfully companion here.
Yeah, it was. We just said that too. Unexpected snow. She's so pretty.
Hmm. So they're not married.
Doesn't seem like it.
You can ask him. Liar. It sounded awful. Just kidding. He's in shock. He learned he might be a father and then isn't a father and then now could get married all in one like 30 seconds.
Yeah, in under a minute.
Exactly. Came in and left in an instant. I'm guessing Irang's at college, so she's not
Mhm.
there. It's getting colder every minute. No.
No hug for you.
Good. That made me feel better. This doesn't, though. All right.
I'm getting really emotional for some reason, and the song isn't helping.
Yeah, this song
Music
is.
is beautiful.
I'm trying to hold back. I'm just in anticipatory mode right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now what? Now what? Now what?
Oh, it's so beautiful.
hmm Although I have to admit, it just reminded me of Monty Python. So I was pining for the fjords. There are no dead parrots here. It's beautiful here.
It is. I'm happy that she's
Oh, we're
happy.
almost at the end. I don't think we're getting anything else. I think it's just this boat on the.
No.
Yep.
I guess it's up to our imagination if she ever gets back together with her husband or if the
Oh,
husband ends up with Sungi.
I guess so.
I
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of sad about Roy Kim, but I'm not surprised either. But you know,
Oh, I was hoping he would be my male lead. No, I'm not surprised either. Like I knew there was not enough time for them to develop an actual relationship. Wasn't gonna happen. I lost
yeah, I
faith
mean,
a
they
long
could have
time
given us
ago.
a hint that it might happen, but like,
Hmm.
at the same time, I agreed with her. Like, he was so much younger. There were so many more opportunities for him to go on and have a family, which were not going to be possible if he were in a relationship
But
with her.
on the other hand, I mean, not everybody wants a family and kids. I
No,
mean,
but the message South Korea wants to put out right now is have babies. So I was like, there's no way they're gonna let this happen because their birth
yeah.
rate is so low. Their population is shrinking.
Do your civic duty, Roy Kim. Pop out some babies.
Yeah. I mean, so that's why I think they had like Jungmin and Sora, at the end there.
Oh,
All
why am
right.
I so sad right now? Oh, look, the show it's recommending for me is A Good Bad Mother, and that is what I want to watch next with you.
I do want to watch a good bad. Oh man, we have so many things on our list too that I
So
want to
much to
watch.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This Divorce
thoughts.
Attorney Shin is also something I want to watch. Okay, thoughts. Um, Overall, I feel like they were having it head at the end toward a reconciliation with her and Dr. Soul, but they also kind of left it open. Like, I could see he wanted it. I could see she was at least amicable with him, but I liked the way she refused to hug him and he got in the car. So
Yeah.
she is maintaining barriers, and I think that's good for her. I also like that they didn't have her jump right into a relationship, regardless
Mhm.
whether it was Dr. Roy Kim, Dr. McKay Pants, whatever his name is. I like that they didn't have her jump into a relationship with him or anyone right away, because after everything she'd gone through with Dr. So, she needed some time off to find out
Yeah, she
who she
couldn't.
was as a person, what she wants, to see herself as a valuable person again, and have a healthy relationship. And while she could have had a healthy relationship with him, potentially, I don't think she was ready to do that. So,
No, it was bad timing on his part. Maybe if he had waited another year, maybe, but no, like right after two surgeries, a cheating husband,
and
no, wrong timing.
yeah,
But I do have to say that this Dr. Cha character, like, oh, I loved her character and her growth and just who she was so much. Like I respected how they wrote that character and how she just found happiness in herself that wasn't
mhm,
tied to a man. I just,
yep.
I love everything about that character.
Yeah, she was very well chosen for the role. And I like that they were able to show a strong female without her being overly dainty, without her being overly masculine either. And that's
Mhm.
actually, a lot of writers struggle to do that.
They
I
do
see this in a
find
lot
the
of,
balance.
yeah, they're like, oh, she's a strong female, so she acts like a man. I'm like,
And
that's
she has
not,
to beat up everybody. And
yeah, that's not, to me, that's not what makes somebody a strong female. But, so I like that they didn't take that route with this. And
mhm.
they made her a woman,
And they made
absolutely a
her
woman, but her own self.
and three-dimensional. I mean, she had her faults, but she was just overall just so sweet and loving. And even when she was angry and she hated people and they deserved her worst, she still gave them like the best side of herself. She was just an amazing character.
Yeah, and I think too that that is actually realistic too, given the roles that women often play in real life.
Hmm.
We do kind of throw ourselves down over the bomb a lot
Yeah,
and take one for our family. And it's a super common, I want to say problem. It's not really what I mean, but
I know
habit.
what you mean. I know what you mean. Like women are always just sacrificing themselves and not putting themselves first. So
Yeah,
that's
we
why another thing I like she did sacrifice a lot. She kept I feel like her decisions were reasonable and kept the peace, but in the end, she really did find like what made her happy and she found herself, you know?
Yeah, and I gotta say, like, if my liver ever fails, I'm looking forward to having an immaculate house as a result of that.
Paint those cabinets, girl.
Because if it gives me the energy to do that much housework, it might be worth spending at least a little bit of time going, oh, I feel bad. Um, and guys, anyone listening to this, of course, I'm not at all serious. I just don't find it remotely believable that she would be in any sort of condition to do all of that.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Oh, she'd be exhausted.
yeah, I mean, let's be real here. Like, if you're
Maybe if they were like
dying,
35 hours in a day, maybe she had the
yeah,
time to do all of that in that one day.
yeah. I also would like to have the 35-hour day to get work done. Thank you very much. Sign me up. Especially if it means I get a lot of the day to myself at the end to just chill.
So I do like that this show, it didn't meet all my predictions, but it didn't completely disappoint me and do something ridiculous at the end. So it was a pleasant ending and I'm okay with the way it ended.
Yeah, and I didn't feel a need to scream at the screen at the end. So
Right. Or throw the computer or punch the screen. Yeah.
yeah, there was no like, what are you thinking?
Why?
So,
How could you do that? Oh, and people listening, there are some dramas that will do that. There were some dramas that are so traumatic and you're so angry at that you want to, just
yeah, you're like,
wake
I
up
was
with
good up
baby dramas.
until this point, and then you people ruined it. Yeah,
Hmm.
they didn't do that with this one. They let us have a good ending, and it was appropriate ending. And
Yes, appropriate. Exactly. It was an
I
appropriate ending.
what I love too about this particular drama is that Dr. Cha, it brings up a lot of complicated emotional situations, and they did a
Hmm.
good job of not trying to paint, like, I know you and I talked a lot about like people being bad guys and good guys kind of thing in this, and there are definitely people who were worse in their actions than others, but they weren't. so much criminally so.
Yeah, they weren't evil.
They weren't evil. They were selfish and self-serving and self-centered. But a lot of them you could sort of understand the motivations, like like the unrecognized child, right? Cheon
Hmm.
So, she
Yeah,
was
completely
completely
understood her.
understandable in everything her
Mhm.
character did.
And I even understood the mistress. I understood Dr. Mistress. Like
Hmm.
she was the girlfriend first. She feel like her man got stolen away by the wife.
And
She felt she was
I
in
like that
love. I
she had
understand her.
yeah, I like that she had her light bulb moment and went on to go and do her own thing.
Hmm.
It was kind of weird how at the end though, like Sungi and and Jung-suk all were directors of medical establishments.
That is true. That's a highly coincidental. Like,
It
they
feels
just
like the end
handing
of a
out
Dean.
hospitals in
Yeah,
Korea. Like, hey, here's a hospital for you. Here's a hospital for you. Here, you direct this hospital.
it feels like a Dean Koontz novel more than anything because he always somehow seemed to make all of his characters ridiculously wealthy at the end. But yeah, but overall, I like where Sungi's character went. She was no longer Dr. Mistress.
Yeah.
She was her own person, and then she was able to interact with him and see him for the manipulative person that he was, and still get her own sort of revenge exacted on him in terms of his penance.
Yeah. The only thing I
She
felt was lacking, I really feel like there should have been just a tiny bit more backstory to really understand Dr. So. Like, did he really love Dr. Cha or did he really love Dr. Che? And like, what happened? Like, why was there such an abrupt shift from one woman to the next? I still had trouble understanding his motivations.
Yeah, and I think you and I were also hoping for a little bit more in the way of flashbacks in that regard. And maybe they ran out
Hmm.
of time, or maybe they just weren't listening to us while they were writing it, which is entirely probable.
How dare
Um,
they not listen to us?
obviously, we have good ideas, but maybe it was already filmed before we got there. So, we'll just have to
Yeah.
assume that they weren't listening, and that's terrible of them. But anyway, yeah, I think I don't know where I'm going with that. Nope, gone. Bye.
Well, I think I just came up with another idea for a possible show. We could do an entire show on dramas that started out amazing and then took a sharp left turn into crap.
Yes, yes, there are a few that immediately spring to mind in that
Oh,
regard.
yes. Yes. But this one didn't do that. It was a pleasant ending,
Yeah.
an appropriate ending, and an
Well,
ending I could live with.
and again, so much food for thought. When you talk about like what's an appropriate thing to do in a situation where it turns out your partner has an unrecognized child, or when your partner is cheating and you have children
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
or when you have an adult child who you find out has plans to do something that are not what you had expected them to do. Like, I mean, that's
And kudos for
something
Dr.
that's in both
Cha
sides.
to how she handled it because I am so petty and vengeful. I would have like blown this all up at the hospital and embarrassed both of them, but she didn't do that.
He didn't do that. He never gets embarrassed. In fact, he gets a promotion. So,
Yeah.
but and it gives the audience a lot of food for thought too. I mean, the number of times we had conversations about donor, ethics
Hmm.
and all that. So I think it gives people a lot to consider.
And I
You know,
think part of the reason why she didn't do that, besides her just being a good person and a sweet person, is that she also recognized that she had a part in it as well. Like they all had faults. She was probably the least to blame, but
mhm.
still, she was partly to blame for the situation, you know,
Yeah,
back when
you
they
know.
were kids. And she recognized her own part in the matter. And I love the way she told, and so it's all the adults' faults. You had nothing to do with this. This is not your fault.
Yeah, I mean, her telling that felt like opportunistic in terms of timing, but it also was good that she did take the time to go over there and say those things because I think it was important. And I think it would have been better if she had said it sooner. I think for the purposes of us as viewers and the filming and all that, I understand why they waited so long for like that conversation she had with Iran and the conversation she had with Unso as she was preparing for death slash surgery.
Hmm.
I think time wise, in reality, in their timeline, it would have happened sooner, or it would have made sense to happen sooner than it did, because there's a lot of time for people to build up like angst and anger. during that, but in terms of like how they displayed it to us in unfolding the story, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But okay,
All
are there
right.
any characters we didn't see like the ends of? Oh, what do you think about Jingmin and Dr. Girlfriend, Sora? Like, what do you think about their ending?
I like that ending too. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that they are truly in love with each other. I mean, she waited for him with his army training, and I mean, I think they're going to end up married and together.
I think so too. And it was interesting how at the end he was like, "Oh, I do want to do surgery," but at least then, like we were saying with Dr. Cha, at least then it feels like it's his choice. That
Right.
it's
And
not
he's not
something that's
doing it just for his dad.
it's not just because dad was pushing him that way, and he's had an opportunity to really work through his thoughts on things. So
And
that
his
was
issues. Yeah.
yeah, that was good. I wish we had gotten to see Iran's, you know,
In
schooling,
college.
maybe
Yeah.
how Unso was doing, but it's okay. Like we didn't
We
have
can
to have
assume, okay,
everything.
we can assume that they are in school together and they're friends.
Yeah, I
So
like that. That's the ending we'll write for them. That they have gone to school. Maybe Iran is a year ahead of Unso, so maybe she's her Sunday. But either way, I think I would like to think that the two of them made friends and did well afterward.
yeah.
And if they didn't, well, oh well.
At least they're
But
not hating each other. You could tell that they're not like,
mhm.
they don't hate each other at least anymore.
Yeah, yeah, there's not that bitterness and enmity between the two of them anymore.
Vitriol.
Like, but I still don't think there was a single scene where Jingmin mentions or interacts
Yeah.
with
There's not,
himself.
yeah, there isn't a scene. Like he never met her face to face, like
Like
ever.
the closest they came was that restaurant scene, and I
Yeah.
still don't think he would have seen her there. I think Dr. Soul was the only one who saw the two of them. So
Yeah. They need to be having family gatherings together.
yeah,
That's what needs
it.
to happen.
I think if it were in the U.S., I think they would be.
Oh yeah,
And
totally.
uh, at least once in a while, with at least with the kids or something, getting all together or something. But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I overall though, I think they ended it well.
I do too.
So good job, writers of Dr.
Yay.
Cha. We approve your work, and you may do more.
Congratulations. You have Drama Side Chat's approval.
Yes. Let's see. I
I
will
know they
give
were
them
waiting
a
for it
thumbs up.
with
Here's
bated
a
breath.
check mark. Good job.
Okay, well, let's end Dr. Cha the series here. And we want to hear what you think. We want to hear how you did with your bingo cards. Do you have any suggestions for what we should watch next? And yeah, just contact us. Talk to us
Yeah,
in the
did you
comments.
agree with our comments? How do you feel about the ending? And, if you're going to put spoilers, please label them in giant letters, spoilers. So if anyone is silly enough to read the comments before watching the episode, that they don't get it ruined for them.
All right, we'll see
Okay.
you in the next show.
All right. Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait.